Good morning. I'm here in the Dios Highlands Preserve park just outside of Escondido, and it's a beautiful morning, and you can see the sun behind me and how the hills are showing up in the light. It's really beautiful here. So I'm out here for about an hour. I have about 1800 feet of elevation gain already under my feet, and more to go. It's about 3 weeks for my until my 100-mile race in Arizona. So this will be one of the last really tough workouts. One more week of regular training, and then I'm slowly tapering, and we'll see how things go from there. Yeah, so I'm here in Dios Highlands Preserve Park. This is Olivenhain Reservoir behind me, and really good dirt trails here for running, so I love it. Lots of elevation, especially if you come from the Del Dios side. You're also in the Elfin Forest Nature Preserve, and that's where I am right now, actually, just on the backside of Del Dios. And here's Olivenhain Reservoir, and I'm heading over to the Lake Hodges viewpoint. I hope the light was not blinding it. So for trail running, this is really fantastic. Like I said earlier, I'm about 3 weeks out from my 100-mile race in Arizona, the Coldwater Rumble, and now it's about fine-tuning. So I'm running in the Hoka ATR Challenger 4, and I'm not sure if that's the right shoe. I seem to have better grip on dirt with the Speed Goat 2. So I have another Speed Goat coming. I ordered it, had to up a size, so I'm now at 11.5. It felt very tight in the toe box. At 11, usually my size is 10.5, so they're really narrow, and I hope that the 11.5 will take care of it. So I had hoped to have it here today, but it did not arrive yesterday, so I'm running again in the ATR Challenger. It's a great shoe. This one has now about 200 miles on it, and it still feels solid. But for really steep hills, like what I trained on here, I don't feel like I have enough grip. So I have to come back and test it out with the Speed Goat. I think I will start the 100-mile race with the Speed Goat, and then potentially change shoes along the way. We'll have to see how my feet feel. Let's talk about the Hoka ATR Challenger 4 a little bit. I had the 3.5, really liked it. Was good. A little narrow at the front. They changed it. The toe box on the 4 is much better. I have much more room. It feels much more comfortable, especially on the long runs. So it's a great shoe for really steep hills on loose gravel. It's maybe the sole is not ideal, so that's why I'm thinking of using the Speed Goat. I do not know the exact terrain in Phoenix. It looks very similar to here based on some YouTube videos that I found, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I will start the race in the Hoka Speed Goat, and then put the ATR Challenger 4. I have a brand new pair at home. We'll break it in and then use that for the drop bag, and potentially switch shoes somewhere around the 50-60 mile marker, depending on how my feet feel. So other than that, the Hoka ATR Challenger is a great shoe, so I can highly recommend it. I'm using it in size 11. I'm usually 10.5, and I have plenty of room in there, even after a 28-mile run, no blisters. I'm also wearing a Baliga socks. We'll talk about those more separately in a different video. but they seem to be great as well. I'm testing those out. I'm usually a features guy, Feetures socks. They have been great. I used those in all my previous races, and well, I had some blisters, but I think that's unrelated to the socks. So overall, so I'm just testing out some new equipment here. As I mentioned before, fine-tuning before the race. So I'm at Lake Hodges Overlook. You can see Lake Hodges behind me. There's the sun. It's pretty bright. Oof! But it's a fantastic view from up here. Really enjoy the run, and we'll keep on going. This was the furthest on this part of the elfin forest where I have been. The trail seems to go on a little bit longer, so I will check that out and then head back over into elfin forest and potentially down to the nature center on the other side of the park. Alright, I'm about 2 hours into my run. You can see the terrain here a little bit. It's very rocky, so very slow going really. I have to be very careful that I don't trip. Here you can see it again in the sunshine. That is not an easy trail to run on. And the last time I ran here, I know my feet hurt the next day. The shoe can only absorb so much and you're never on an even surface. So very difficult to run, but fun. I really love it out here. It's so quiet, you don't hear anything. It's really fantastic. There's not many people here. So absolutely stunning and great for running. Okay, my run is coming to an end. I'm at about 15 miles roughly, and now we'll head down to the Dios Highlands parking lot trailhead, and then I will head up the hill one more time to add some additional elevation, and then I call it a day. So I should be ending up around 17. So check me out on Strava, connect, and of course if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And other than that, happy 2019 and all the best for you. Thank you for watching.